Rotational symmetry is when a figure can be rotated around a point onto itself using a turn that is less than 360 degrees. Rotate the figure below to see the amount of times that the figure maps onto itself. So let's actually go through that process. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we saw that this figure maps onto itself 6 times by rotating it. And then to determine the degrees of each rotational symmetry, follow these steps. Divide 360 degrees by the number of times that the figure mapped onto itself. Well, we found that this mapped onto itself 6 times by rotating it. So 360 divided by 6 is 60 degrees. And then we keep adding 60 degrees onto itself until we reach the number that is greater than or equal to 360, and that last degrees is discarded. So the number greater than or equal to doesn't count. So therefore, this regular hexagon has degrees of symmetry at 60 degrees, 120 degrees, 180 degrees, 240 degrees, and 300 degrees. Rotate these figures to see if they have rotational symmetry. And if so, what degree of rotational symmetry do they have? All right, so let's get started with this one. Let's first rotate it. It maps onto itself 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So we're going to take 360 degrees and divide it by 4, and we get 90 degrees. So we'll have 90 degrees, 180 degrees, and 270 degrees. If we add another 90 to that, we will get 360 degrees, which does not count. Otherwise, everything would have rotational symmetry, just at 360 degrees. All right, now let's look at this next one. It says the word symmetry written in sort of a cursive manner. So if we take this and we rotate it, oh, that mapped onto itself. That's 1 and 2. So if we do 360 divided by 2, we get 180 degrees. So that's our first one. And if we add 180 again, we get 360. So that one is not counted. Now let's look at this flower. With the flower, we can rotate it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times around. So 360 divided by 5 is 72 degrees. So every 72 degrees, that'll happen at 72, 144 degrees, 216 degrees, and 288 degrees. If you add 72 more onto 288, you will be back at 360. So the 360 doesn't count, so it's just these 4. All right, now let's look at this last one. So if we rotate this, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 360 divided by 6 is every 60 degrees. So that'll happen at 60 degrees, 120 degrees, 180 degrees, 240 degrees, and 300 degrees. And here we see the solutions for all 4 of these examples, and they do match the solutions that we came up with.